So let's talk about Usopp. Hunter Stone brought up the fact, which is very interesting. I'm sure intended by the author, but not explicitly stated, at least not in the anime, maybe in the manga, that when Robin became a toy, she was removed from Usopp's memory, which means he didn't get the character development that he got when rescuing her. All the Water 7 shit, right? Fair enough. I love subtleties like this, like the things that the audience has to figure out on their own. I didn't figure it out. I don't know that I ever would have. As soon as it's pointed out, of course, it makes perfect sense. But I didn't get it. So this may be a time where maybe you need to take the audience by the hand a little bit and have somebody bring this up again or somehow. Like, I hate it when it's too obvious. They just, hey, here's what just happened. But sometimes it's too subtle, we miss it. And then we actually blame the show for shitty writing. This could be a case where that should have been brought up. It makes perfect sense. I can totally see how that could happen. I just wonder, aesthetically, just as a writer myself, I don't think I would have written it that way. I think the bravery would still be within him. He just wouldn't know why he was brave. He wouldn't know why he'd gotten a character development. It would still be there. Because otherwise, think about this. Are we saying that, say, a parent abuses a child? 30 years ago, from the time the character was 5 years old until they turn 18, their parent abuses them. Okay, so for those 13 years they got abused, and then for the remaining 17 years after that, they left home. They became a shitty person. They became a criminal. They did all these horrible things because they were abused as a kid, and they just never learned how to deal with people, and they had anger issues, and all this shit happened. Okay, so then now somebody comes in and turns this parent who, like, the child would now be 30, 35, I guess, if we're saying they started at 5. The child would be 35. The parent would be 55, okay? Somebody comes in and turns that parent into a toy. All that memory goes away. Are we saying that this 35-year-old would suddenly stop being a criminal and would have no anger issues, and would be able to perfectly relate to people because that parent was gone from their life? I don't know, man. Like, you would have to replace it with something. See, it wasn't replaced with new memories. So you would remove the abuse from this person's mind, but they would still have the 17 years memories of treating people like shit. I don't know that, like, turning somebody into a toy fabricates new memories where you had a pretty life and you were good to people and you were a banker. It's not a spell that turns you into a different person. You're just removing a set of memories. Okay, so you remove this parent, the parent never existed. I think after, you wouldn't remember the abuse at home, but you'd remember feeling like crappy, and then you leave home, and then you commit these 17 years of crimes, right? And treating people like shit, and people treating you like shit because you treated them like shit, and we have this whole cycle of violence and cycle of anger, cycle of bitterness, cycle of hate. I don't think removing the origin point, changes that. So, Usopp's a little simpler. Okay, so we're removing the character development from him, but we're not removing the bravery from after Water 7 up until this point. There's been 2 years has transpired since, he saved Robin. And in those 2 years, he was a braver person. He was less of a coward. He would take up for himself more. He would fight. He had that great fight in Thriller Bark, where old Usopp would just run away and hid, and he stuck with it and persevered. He would still have that memory. He would remember doing that. He would remember being on the island for 2 years, like I said before. Like, that character development, being on that island, any human being being on that island for 2 years, it changes you. You persevered. You survived in a place a lot of people wouldn't have survived. Most people would have given up. So he doesn't have the memories of Robin, but he does have the memories after Robin. He does have the memories of everything he did that built up upon that character development he got with Robin. Things that had nothing to do with her. He did this, he did that, he's Thriller Bark, the island. So I think you still have this lattice work, this foundation of doing brave things after you got the character development specifically with Robin. Those things still happened. Removing Robin doesn't put a new set of memories in your head. You see what I'm saying? So me, personally, as a writer, I think there's some wiggle room here. I think other people could say other things. You could frame it different ways. And if the author came out and heard what I said and said, no, you're wrong, this is the way this is, I would defer to his judgment. But it's a philosophical disagreement I have with him. I think human beings are more complicated than that. And I'll tell you why I think that. My ex-wife had dissociative identity disorder, okay? Multiple personalities. So different personalities had different memories. And so a lot of times what would happen was the different personalities would take the abuse from her family, and her core personality, the woman, wouldn't remember the abuse. But she would still remember she feels like shit anytime she's around her family. And she still made life decisions based on how to protect herself and how to keep anybody else from ever hurting her again. She lived her life in such a way that she didn't get close to people, and she protected herself, and she was never like alone in a room with just one other person and stuff like that. Even though she didn't remember the childhood abuse because those alters had taken that away. Now, the difference here is those other personalities would talk to her. They would speak to her and say, you should do this, you should do that, because they knew about the abuse, even though she didn't. So it's a little different. I'm just saying that knowing somebody personally who had multiple personalities, you see how complicated, how complex the human psyche is. Like, it will fill in the gaps in weird ways, different ways. I've looked a lot into this because I researched a lot of this after I started knowing her, and I was looking at other things, and it's why I don't believe in remembering past lives, and memory is biological, et cetera, et cetera. I've come up with all these theories based on this research I've done. So I think the human mind will cling to the lessons even if it doesn't remember the teacher, right? So Usopp would still remember being brave, even doesn't remember how he started being brave, the first steps he took with Robin. My personal opinion. Like I said, it's just a personal opinion. I think it's very interesting, and I love how subtle it was, even though I think it was so subtle I missed it, and I'm glad someone pointed it out. It probably was too subtle. I love it. And I don't reject it. I just have a difference of opinion about what would result. But I think the other opinion is fair and valid, and he's a writer. He can do whatever the hell he wants anyway, right? But I don't vehemently disagree with him. I just disagree with him, if that makes any sense. That's where I come down on all this. But I thought it was a great comment, and it was a great insight into the way Usopp was, right? And why he acted that way. It makes a hell of a lot more sense than just reverting back to all his losing all that character development, right? It does make sense. At any rate, let's go ahead and get into this. This is episode 710, and we are going on one. 3, 2, 1. I love that she's climbing her own arms as a ladder. It's hilarious. Her power is funny, but also very powerful. Yeah. Dumbass. You have a stupid power and you're annoying. Yeah. Although it looks like he has leveled up. I'll give him that. Boing. That sound effect is just ridiculous, by the way. Don't make me kick your ass, Bellamy. Damn, man, getting your nasty blood. Don't you know that's about hepatitis? Getting your damn blood on me right next to my mouth. I'll kick your ass. What the hell's he doing, man? Does he just want to die? Is that it? I assume. What a boring motivation. Dude. Good thing he has a very powerful ability, right? The stone fruit. I think he's just tired of everybody. He's tired of everybody making fun of his voice. Because say he had a really weak power, that voice would just be worse at that point. Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Speak this in very plain terms. What a psycho. Has there ever been an actual proposition we've ever seen on the show? It's always a misunderstanding. Hancock thought Luffy was proposing to her, right? Yeah, god damn. Kick that old man's ass. I'm so tired of this dude. Jesus Christ. I'll tell you what, though. He can fight. Oh, not the back. Yeah, Naruto did the same joke. Old man who can fight really well, but he has a bad back. We get it. Yes, thank you. No, keep milking it. Go ahead, milk it. Keep milking it. Boy, I wish I hated anything as much as this show hates old people. Ageist ass. He's got an anime in his own mind, you know what? God damn. You gonna take this old man? Get the old man. Use your pointy head, you moron. He's just gonna keep letting this happen, huh? Run it on a loop, I guess. I know he's doing old man jokes, but like it's just yes, we get it. You hate old people. We understand. Didn't even get one punch in. That's what's so annoying about this. Don Chen is awesome. Wait, which one's Don Chen? Is it the one with the pointy head is what I'm talking about. The one with the pointy head's awesome. He's got the pointy head. We've seen him kick some ass. Didn't even land a single punch. Just stood there and took the punishment. Yes, this way. Just go ahead and kick their asses too. Pointy head and ass? We've seen worse on this show. The hell is happening, man? What a weird ass episode for me to jump into. This is a new recording session, right? Very weird episode for me to just jump into. We got old man back pain presenting ass. Fortunately. You see, you get the joke, right? He's old. Good. Get him out of here. The hell am I watching? Hey, man. Get him out of here. This proves we have an afterlife. He's going to heaven, apparently. Look at him, man. He's going to heaven. He's got the halo and everything. Look. They do too many old jokes, but this shit's pretty funny, I have to admit. You get it? He's old. Okay, so he's done shit. Okay. Who the hell is this? Lio G? I think it's Lio G, actually. Hey, man. She'd be a good girlfriend. Look at her. Very attentive. Just wants to help and wants to make you happy. That's all she wants, man. Of course, then she'll turn into a gun and kill you, but, you know. You creepy tramp. Damn, man. Creepy tramp. That is not what we're looking for. Yeah, she said she'll do anything, man. Why are you hating? Oh, damn. That's the ultimate ask. They take the repayment seriously. She is thunderstruck. She's gonna shoot this motherfucker. Wait, was it seriously? Unbelievable. Psychotic. She's called your bluff, dumbass. It does seem foolish. No, I have too much Ruth. Sorry. Man, why is she a tramp? Like, why do they keep calling her a tramp? Is it the way she's dressed? What the hell's wrong with you? They really are going to get married. He's going to save her life. Psychotic. Damn, man. She really did have a tragic backstory, didn't she? Damn. Holy shit. She may have the worst backstory of anybody ever, man. Look at this shit. That's why she was so young when she joined the crew, right? Jesus Christ. Wow. Holy shit. Damn. Wow. This took a dark turn, man. Jesus Christ. The hell am I watching? Ew. This is very, very sad. You got serious issues, man. What a stupid ass argument. For shame. Is he up there with the clouds? He's rescuing his boo. Shut up. Oh, shit. Now, see, this guy right here was getting his ass kicked by the old man. That's what I didn't understand. It doesn't make any sense. Drill head. Drop this drill bomb on him. You're really pissing him off. We don't need this infighting, by the way. Also, I hate to ask, but what's taking her so long? Pull the trigger. Why are you holding the gun up to your head for 10 minutes? You broke his head. Jesus. Completely unnecessary infighting. Maybe she's trapped in a bad memory. Yeah, you've been saying it for the last 5 minutes. Pull the trigger. Yeah. You killed that old man for her. You just blew her mind. You reject my generous offer? Yeah, none of the other people ever told her this. All those people she worked with, right? Those assholes from she was a little kid all the way up. Nobody ever had a talk with her. Ah, shit. Now he's gonna be depressed again. Damn. Somebody needs to straighten him out. They already are. Are we passing a torch here? Your attack finally has a name. Now we're talking. Good shit. Yeah, you're free to marry crazy chick. By the way, you know the world's ending, right? Like, you want to like get on that? Well, at least our life on this island's gonna end. Yeah, fighting is a young man's game. Old people shouldn't fight. Yeah. Meanwhile, he couldn't fight this dude anyway. Jesus. That dude just kept kicking his ass, the old man. Wow. I wish I loved anything as much as he loves the letter G. Yeah, he imprinted you. Now every time you shave your chest, you'll think of him. Damn. He's been working out with them steroids, man. Well, somebody kick this old man's ass. I'm getting so sick of this sumbitch, man. God, he is. Why is everybody on Duffy's team annoying? Every single one of these bastards. They're all annoying, man. She's not. Gun Girl isn't annoying. She's hilarious. Good thing you have a peanut gallery over there narrating everything. He wants to stomp you out. That's what he wants. So we're saying an anime character won't forgive somebody. Is that what we're saying? You're not old like me. Yeah. Call me monkey one more time, bitch. Hey, man. Avoid these attacks. The music just kicked in, man. Yeah. Rock and roll. Yeah. Nobody cares about your little opinion. Yeah. Oh, that's her name, Baby Five. Yeah. Yeah. They're fighting over you. He's protecting me. She's so happy. Get this son of a bitch. I'm tired of him winning, man. I'm telling you. I'm sick of it. F this guy. She's our possession. Convenient. Yeah, she's finally seen it for what it is. No, she's not. Never mind. You're really starting to piss him off. Hear what they're saying, you dumbass. Oh, is it a secret technique? Keep it a secret. What a drama queen. If drama queen was an actual person, this would be a... Man, what drugs is this author on, man? He's on some serious drugs. These are people that 100 episodes from now we won't see ever again. Like, these are side characters that we're going to leave behind when we leave this island. The entire episode's been about it, right? It's hilarious. Kick his ass. Oh, yeah. Yes! That's right. F this son of a bitch. Stomp him out. I don't ever want to hear the letter G again. Oh, F yourself. Just go to hell. Them too. Finally, man. F this guy. God, he was annoying. Yes, she did. She fell in love. There she is. Well, that was hilarious. Entire episode just with side characters we don't give a shit about. But tragic backstory. I've always kind of liked Baby Five. There's always been something really funny about her, and her power's kind of cool, right? Seeing her as a kid was hilarious. I don't know when the hell she ate the devil fruit. She must have ate it right after her mom abandoned her. And that's the only reason Daffy would take an interest in her, is because she had a power. And then everybody just used her. You know, she was just very useful. They could, you know, get whatever the hell they wanted from her anytime they wanted. I mean, we're outside the realm of actual humanity here. No actual human being would be like this. They would pick up on it sooner or later, right? This is a caricature. She's not a three-dimensional person, right? Not a three-dimensional character. The main crew are three-dimensional characters. A lot of other people are three-dimensional characters. She's not a three-dimensional character. She's a cardboard character. Because nobody would be like this in real life. So, and I was thinking about it, like, her story was sad, but I think there's so much silliness in this show that it's hard for me to get emotionally wrapped up. I remember I cried about Brooke. And the stuff, Mainfield, Ford, whatever, you know, around the time Ace died, and Luffy's grief over Ace got me super emotional. I cried. I don't know if I'll ever cry again about this show because it's so ridiculous. We had shit like this episode. The old man jokes, and just the quirks. If somebody has something stuck on his face, and we've gotten to the point where there's so much silliness, there's so much Looney Tunes happening. Because here's the thing, you can either be funny or you can be real. But a lot of times you can't be both. So some shows, they travel down the road of funny and they just want to be funny and entertaining. But you're not going to get anybody to cry over the characters because you're too funny and entertaining. You're too ridiculous. You're too silly. We had to buy into the silliness. And what we sacrificed was the emotionality, the realness. Or you can go down the real paths and you can have a little mild humor, but when sad things happen, we're sad and we cry. You can't have both. No show can ever do both because they're diametrically opposed from each other. You can go left or you can go right. You can't go both left and right at the same time. So you have to pick one. They didn't pick the drama, they picked the comedy. So they leaned on the comedy, the silliness, the Looney Tunes of it all. So this was really sad, but I didn't get emotional nearly like I have in the past for a show. I think I've crossed the event horizon. And there's no going back. It's too silly. Which is okay. It's okay to be silly. Just know what you are. Don't be trying to make us cry because you're not going to succeed. But that aside, it was sad. It did make me like her character more, and it did explain within the cartoon universe. I don't mean the animated universe. I'm talking about cartoon. In other words, ridiculousness. Within the ridiculousness, it makes sense that her character would be the way she is because of her childhood. So, good enough, right?